Hey everybody, how are you all doing? Moved to earn GBB back today, making a video around Step and Go. Step and Go currently is in the alpha phase, so this isn't open to everybody unless you have an invitation or you receive a referral code for it. So in regards to this today, I'm just going to give you a quick overview, and below I will add one of my referral codes if anybody is keen to try and get involved with this. So for anybody who doesn't know, I'm just going to start from scratch with it. So Step and Go basically is a Step-in product, which is like a spin-off from their sort of Genesis Step-in or OG Step-in as they call it. Basically, the concept of everything is still the same. As you can see on the little circle here, we've got Go. On the right is the GGT that can be earned. So you can see where the 100 says that's the maximum GGT I could earn on a day. On the left-hand side is the energy bar, and on the energy bar it's up to 5 energy. This effectively is just like GST and energy on the OG Step-in. So what we can see here is we've got a sneaker, which at the moment is the only common. You can get them still in all 4 varieties: jogger, walker, trainer and runner. And what basically happens in terms of the concept of this is where you can see the little sort of lightning bolts in the sort of middle left of the screen where it says 514. That's the actual energy. So the energy that's there, effectively I can use up to 5 energy a day from there. And once that goes to 0, I would no longer be able to generate any more GGT. Okay. So basically the concept of this, without having to read into the white paper, is that you have to basically burn trainers or sneakers in this case in order to create the energy to be able to then get GGT. So there's 2 ways of doing this. You can either look to mint. As you can see here, my walker was minted by 2 of the trainers. And then if you were going to do that, that is a cheaper way of doing it. And if you do the cheaper way, you will use GGT for that. I'm just going to see quickly if I can show you kind of a mock version of it. No, I can't do it at the moment because the actual sneaker that's Step-in gave to me is still level 1. So there's no sort of real point at the moment of me upgrading that because I'm happy just to buy them. So what I do each week on a Sunday, so I'll do 7 days worth of walking. I'll create about, I would say about 50 to 55 GGT a day. Today, for whatever reason, I have got 60, so it may be a bit like GMT, where if you walk at the right times and less people's walking, you may create more. I don't think that is the case, but I do get different variants, even though I do the same route every day. And what you can then do is you can then convert that GGT into GMT. And as you can see here, it's like the marketplace on the other Step-in. So what you would then do is you then buy one of the sneakers there. And I'm just going to show you what would happen. You'd buy it. Let's just say I just bought this one. And then I wanted to create my energy. I'd go on the daily energy tab there. And then there's a bit here where it says recycle for energy. So I'd select which one I wanted. Now, what would happen is I'd burn that and I'd get 90 energy for it. Okay. So the way this works is you will burn your energy. So burn your sneaker for your energy. And then what you will do is what I do anyway is take a percentage from what I've earned and use that for obviously what I choose to do, whether it be fiat money, whether it be other cryptocurrency. It just depends on the market at the time. And then I save a certain portion of it, which has been converted to GMT, to be able to buy another sneaker to ensure that I constantly have a ongoing run of energy. What's interesting here to note, which I didn't realize at this moment in time, is that if I was to burn another sneaker, I would get an extra energy a day to use. So as you can see in the purple writing there, it's got plus 1.0 next to the 5.0. So that means when I burn the next sneaker, I can then get up to 6 energy a day, which is quite an accomplishment because you do have to burn a significant amount of sneakers to get to that point. Now, is this a good investment at the moment? My thoughts on it is I'm currently on the fence. I love the project. However, I'm just going to show you the sort of timeline of where this is. And as we can see at the minute, Step-in is taking a bit of a hit because of the altcoin dips that we've seen in recent days. So if we go to the GGT token, you can see from there it does look like a pump and dump. However, when you do look at how much is actually being traded at the moment, there isn't a great deal. Now, the first thing that hit me when I did this, and again, I've got no affiliation to Step-in, I'm not an ambassador or anything along those lines, this is just pure advice. Sorry, I'm not even going to give advice, pure educational content on my behalf is probably the best way of putting it, is that the graph looks like a pump and dump. However, we've got 29,000 volume, which is nothing. Okay. Now, if you look on daily, it hasn't really moved. If you look on the weekly, we've had a big dip of where the altcoin sell-off came. But then when we look at the month, it's gone down really badly. And obviously, as the year, we can see again. What a lot of concern people is going to have is this just another step in? And is this just going to be another GST all over again, where it just pump and dumps? So if we go to GGT, I'm just going to go to this on the bottom here, I think, of my watch list. There it is. If we do look at the graph here, I mean, as you can see, we do get peaks and troughs, but ultimately it does follow a very similar path to what GST did. Excuse me. The difference with this, in my opinion, in this project is that because GGT is what you earn, and then you're having to use that to effectively either mint your sneakers rather than GMT as well, is I do believe that this has more scope for growth. And once people do get the marketplace into here, where it isn't just a trial alpha phase like it is at the moment, I do think it will pump. However, what I will say is, like anything, I wouldn't recommend doing this trying to think you found a project that is going to make you a millionaire. This is ultimately a keep fit process where you certainly can make money from it. And what I do like about the way this works is that in terms of the marketplace, the amount of GMT that the sneakers cost is always relevant to the price of the GGT token. So effectively, if the price of the GGT token drops, then we see that the cost in terms of GMT for these sneakers goes down. However, what it is also as well is a really good market for making sure GMT stays high as well. So the more that these that have been bought, it is also boosting the ecosystem of GMT. So it's not just a constant drain, which to some extent we could look at the Steppin OG being for GMT earning, because once you're earning just GMT like I do, for example, if you're not putting anything else back in the ecosystem, the token will become worthless. So I do definitely think there's plenty of ways that can work, and that's before we even start getting into the other collaborations that they've got with FSL and other projects that are going on at the moment. So that's kind of the basics of it. And the only other thing I just want to quickly show you is this is something that took me a good week to sort of figure out. As you can see on here as well, there's a foot sign. So this foot sign here, when you click on it, you can see there it's going on about strong feet and the daily streak. Obviously that's been going. I did have a day off because I wasn't very well in between there, which is why there is a little bit of a drop there. Now what that says is recharge strong feet status by spending more than 2 energy in 1 day in the next 5 days. So I can't actually show you the graph which I've seen. What you will find when you start this new is you will find that there is it'll say 100%, which will then drop down to, I think it's about 70 or 80 before it then raises up again to about 110, 120, 130, etc. So in a nutshell, what that does mean is that you need to be consistently walking every day or running or whatever sneaker it is that you have, so that you can ensure that you get the multiple earns of GGT. So when that foot sign that you can see has, say, 70% next to it, you probably don't want to be using as much energy. So all you realistically want to do is use 2 energy, because the minimum that it requires to be able to move you to the next stage. Then after that, ensure you are constantly moving at least 2 energy every day, I would recommend, just to make sure you do stay ahead of the curve. And then once you have, like, say, 6 energy, 7 energies and things, if you bought multiple sneakers, then to make sure that you use them every day at 150% to get the maximum GGT earning. So please leave me a like, a comment, and make sure you subscribe if you're not already. You will probably have a lot of questions on this because I can't show you physically, face to face, everything you might want to see on this project. So please leave any comments underneath if any questions, and I will try and respond to as many as I can. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.